Let's take a look at this story that came over the weekend. Norway Marathon. Ghana Paralympic head coach passes away, 9 others on the run. I'll read the entire story for you. It's here on citynewsroom.com. Now we have here a team of Paralympic athletes from Ghana are on the run after they failed to participate in the Bergen Marathon in Oslo, Norway. Now, according to a letter dated July 3rd from the Ministry of National Security, addressed to both the Ministry of Youth and Sports and the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Regional Integration, an 11-member team representing Ghana arrived in Oslo on April 25th, 2024 to compete in the marathon. Now, however, they did not appear at the event. Following the team's non-appearance, a search was initiated. During this operation, Nana Entry, a para-athlete and a member of the team, was apprehended while attempting to travel from Norway to Sweden by train. In a tragic turn of events, the team's head coach, George Jesse Jimfi, was also admitted to the Oslo University Hospital after collapsing on April 28th, 2024. He sadly passed away on May 17th, 2024, following the team's failure to compete in the marathon. Now, the letter did not provide information on the whereabouts of the remaining 9 team members. However, it did state that the European Border Control Coast Guard Agency and the Norwegian Embassy in Accra, Ghana, have been informed and are trying to locate them. So that's the story we have. Let me start with you, Paul, on this one.
Is the Minister of Sports still at post?
Yes. At my last checks, he was.
Why is he still in office? And then he had the nerve to tell us that the ministry was unaware. That is complete negligence of duty. You know that there is an event happening in Norway.
Yeah.
You are aware. If in any event we have had representatives that your outfit is not aware of, then it's goodness me.
What?
Yeah. In 2018, you remember the issue of the Australian visa?
Yes.
Where in excess of about 60 people were paraded as journalists to cover the event at the Commonwealth Games. When they got to the border, all right, the immigration officers asked them, in fact, they were queried. If you're a journalist, you should know your left from your right.
Yeah.
You know your duties. And these people knew zero about covering the event. And so they went through almost all of them and they had to deport them. In excess of 60. Guess what? The CID took this matter up. Even prior to the CID conducting the investigation, the Deputy Minister of Sports had been suspended. The chairman of the board chairman had also been suspended. In fact, the minister himself had also been suspended. When the investigations were concluded, in fact, there was also a committee that was set up. The committee exonerated the minister and the board chair. They were reinstated. Then the CID report came somewhere in June. We were told that 8 people were found guilty of whatever. And so they were going to arraign them before a competent court. I do not know whether that will be done today. Till date, some way, somehow, the Deputy Minister of Sports then, I think it's Pius Ajide,
Yes.
was exonerated and cleared, and then taken to the Ministry of Information. All right? Till date, the CID's report, nobody knows where it is. It vanished into thin air. And the culprits to date nowhere to be found. So you see, if a similar event has occurred, really, what is the moral ground to execute any form of accusation or any form of judgment against whoever is found culpable at the end of the day? You have set a blueprint.
Yeah.
You knew the people that were culpable for the Australian visa scandal, and nothing happened to them. They walk freely in this country. 6 years down the line, a similar event has happened. What immoral impetus do we have to go after these people? Then you have the president of the Paralympic Association coming out to say that his signature was forged. And the letter from the ministry was also forged somehow.
So the question that I have is that the Norwegian embassy that granted the visas, what were the checks that they did? You know, because first of all, if the ministry is not aware, I don't understand why the ministry is not aware that there's an event that's going on and that some people are going to go. Okay, how come did the Norwegian embassy call the ministry to find out that we have your team members here, they are going, we're going to be looking at granting the visas?
A thorough investigation of this
I don't understand.
will unravel everything that needs to be unraveled, all right? You see, perhaps they acted on the basis that it contained the letterhead of the ministry.
True.
And then also a signature of the president of the Paralympic Association. And so if you have these documents, these important documents, then there's no way they can deny, especially also being the fact that it's an event going on across the globe.
Okay.
They didn't have any basis to reject the people.
Okay, thank you.
All right, so there should be a thorough investigation into this and to unravel whoever the culprits are.
Yeah. Well, we could go back to the. If you had looked at my paper, you wonder how we all went to Australia visa. Yeah, I've written here. Go back and check the Australian visa scandal and other cases that were early before that one, and you will see that this current Norway scandal is a build-on. The oye da no akoda na edini. No fear da no uka show yin. I mean, the implications is not limited to the sportsmen alone. Let's be smart to know that. Other persons, like students who want to go and study in Norway, you see what they'll go to from today. The persons like businessmen, family members who are going to visit their spouses who are studying there, or their spouses living there, or their fathers, and
we will now have
what they'll go through. Religious persons who go there, the Ghanaian community is going to preach. You know what they'll go through before they get there. The bandsmen who will go with the priest, they will go through something. And then also, we see musicians who travel along on their team, they're all going to suffer from it. So before you come into this discussion, depoliticize your mind and think about all these people I've mentioned and what they'll go through in the next thing to start with. And look, let's take this matter serious. It didn't start today. It's been there. People do all these things, and this is the level. This time around, not one. Usually what we've read in the past, one team member or two people escape. Then, we discuss and leave it. This one, the whole team, when they got there, it's like a movie. That's what they've just done. Everybody just scattered like that. They didn't even finish. There was nobody to contest. That's how bad it has got into. Let us educate and enhance the skills of these our young people and see how we can keep some of them or even export the better ones. The issues clearly here, right now, is work closely with the embassies to bring further information. The Australian visa scandal, you see how the whole thing was, and we still have the Australian embassy here. So we can still go and do further checks. Look, let's enhance the skills of our young people. So that, look, if they were very skilled people, they are either doing their work here or they'll go there and rather have some skill to show. So they'll apply through a process and go well. Let's properly coordinate expatriate schemes. If we train these young people very well and they are going there to work in a factory, they'll have their certificates. It's not new. There were times that Ghanaian teachers left here to Zimbabwe and they were teaching there. Recently, you've heard about the National Service Scheme where they want to take people to. This is how we've always been. There should be a proper scheme to train people. Those countries that need us, then you can export them. And then the good thing that will come from this matter is that there will be revenue impact. Remittances from when they go properly. and they go there and they are working well, like the footballers go. When they go and they play football there, we get so the same sports platform. How come these very people, they don't want to come back? Because of what? Because, look, there's a negligence. They neglect them. Look, some of them go, and when they come back, there was a time, you remember the Black Queens came back, and their allowance and their things were not paid to them. Even this team, I heard Willie Graham on City News this morning, and he said the budget has been approved. So he's hopeful. When they are there, already contesting, he's with the team as a journalist. He said he's hopeful that when they go through, and then they are looking forward to what they will get as bonuses. My brother, per diem. Do politicians leave this country without their per diem? The MPs, when they are leaving to go and perform, the ministers, when they are leaving this country, even the sports minister himself, when he's leaving the shores of Ghana, does he get there before they approve budgets and think about per diems? Look, you see, when it will always come back to you. So these are the people we are dealing with. And look, the negligence and the dishonesty around this matter is annoying. It's very, very, very annoying to even disown those group of people that you don't know them. This matter, like my brother was saying, I wonder even why he's still in office to be able to be even talking. This is a Malamisa scandal. After going through shame, you go out and you have the temerity, the boldness to talk. Look, this is shameful. This is a clear embarrassment.